Hi guys, today we're going to talking about how to glaze a lidded jar, okay, lidded box, lidded jar, whatever, with the lid. Since the the clay body and glaze tend to expand and contrast during the firing. Therefore, for me personally, but not everybody do that. I like to glaze. I like to put my lid and my box together, firing together, because if I do that, that means you can see this right here. There's a little flange right here. So this flange actually rested on the box. Okay, so that's actually what supported. Now talking about this lid, the jar right in here. We have to talk about something called simple lid, complex lid, simple flange, complex flange. Okay, so today the simple flange, simple lid. Here's an example of simple lid right here. Okay, so that means this one right here, there's no ledge at all, no flange at all. Okay, so this is flat. If you put it on the flat surface, it's a flat. You can kind of fall off. So this, I call it simple lid. Okay, when you have a simple lid, you need to put it into a complex flange, which is a little curve right here. Can you see it? So that's gonna put it on top. So that it's gonna be a simple with a complex, and that is beautiful. Okay, most of the time you will see this in a cookie jar or sugar jar and all that. Okay, so that's a simple lid, nothing on the bottom, with a complex flange. Okay, now we also have a complex lid. Can you see? This is a little ledge right here, a ledge right here, comparison with this, right? This is actually a little ledge. So that little ledge actually will sit on so this is called a complex lid. You will sit on a simple flange. You can see it right here. This is like a regular cup. If you have the rim of a cup, that is a simple flange. Okay, so complex lid with the simple flange. Okay, see that? Okay, one more time. Simple lid with the complex flange put together. Perfect. Complex lid with the simple flange. Okay? Now, you can have a complex lid with the complex flange. Just because you will see a lot of Yixing teapot, they actually have a complex lid with a complex flange. Perfect. Okay? You just cannot have a simple flange with a simple lid because there's no way to catch it. So the whole thing will fall off. Are we getting it? Are we getting it? Okay. Simple lid, complex flange. Complex lid, simple flange. You can have complex, cannot have a simple. Okay, so, questions. What is this? Can anybody guess? Okay, what is this? Okay, so the little things right here, you can see? And what's this? You tell me. Yeah? Okay, so now you got a little complex flange with a simple lid. We're gonna put together to fire. The reason also because this will support here, will prevent the rim shrinking, and this will rest on here to hold the shape together. Okay? Same thing as a complex, same things. If you fire pieces like this by itself on the shelf, okay, only support is right here, the rim. But if you put it on a simple flange, you actually have it supported. And I have got a little key right here. Can you see the key? It's not matching. Yeah, here's the best matching right here. Okay, now, once we've done that, we're gonna talk about, if you notice that glazing right here, there's no glaze in the flange area because I like to put the lid and the flange jar together, firing like this, okay? Notice they're not sticking because I didn't put any glaze. To prevent the glaze on there, you usually use a wax, and you can use a wax to wax the flange, also wax on the bottom. Can you see right here? There's no glaze, but here there's no glaze, right? So when I put it on here, it rests in the middle. Okay, now the box is the same things right here. the complex flange right here, can you see no glaze, no glaze, no glaze, okay? I actually, because that complex has a little rim right here, can you see the rim? Okay, so that means inside I actually wax it a little deeper, has a little depth to it. So when I put the lid in there, actually won't catch the glaze. So that's very important. Try not to have some glaze. Try to anticipate the glaze, not gonna stick the surface. Once you stuck, and then you have trouble. So you're right here. Okay, so here you go. So this is what we're gonna glaze. Now I have this little jar right here. I'm gonna glaze them. Okay. Now this is a, and this is a simple flange. I'm gonna put them together to fire. Notice on top I actually have a, screen, silk screen kind of color in there. So that means I have to glaze something that is translucent or transparent. Transparent, not translucent, transparent. Means I can see through the clay body. If I glaze something that's dark, it's gonna cover my print. If not, so therefore I need to put something clear in there, okay? And at Ventura College Ceramic Studio, we have something called Coleman Clear, which is the clear, and a clear glaze. So that means after you put the color slip, okay, or silk screen, these are underglaze silk screen, you coat it with a Coleman Clear, okay, and then you put it into the kiln and fired it. Once they fire, they come out like this. You see, these are all these are all color slip that we have at our school, and we cover with a clear coat glaze, and we put it in the kiln fire. Voila, all your stuff kind of pops. Okay, now remember, now what I'm gonna do right here, I'm gonna actually turn just a little bit so you can see it. I'm so sorry. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is right here, I'm gonna put my, because I want to put some wax on top of right here. Okay, instead of brushing it myself, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the wax and using a bending wheel or lazy Susan or whatever that you have right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure this rim right here, no glaze. This edge is right here because this is how they sit right there. Okay, so I don't mind, doesn't cover all glaze, just because sometimes it's nice to see some glaze, see some clay body. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna use a bending wheel. I'm gonna cover the top right here. Very steady hand. Okay, so I'm gonna let them dry. I'm probably gonna go down just slightly right here inside. I'll show it to you later. Okay, so that's the top part. Make sure your hand is clean. If you have any wax on top, it's gonna resist. Beauty of a wax is give you a lot of variations, but also very painful is if you have a dirty hand, put it on there, it's gonna be wax. Oh, by the way, if you accidentally put the wax on top, okay, you can actually use a sandpaper. Go out in a ventilation area, means outside open area. You send it out, actually it can come out. Or you use a torch, or put it in the fire one more time. But anyhow, so now I'm gonna put a little wax on here because again, I don't want any glaze on there. Okay, I'm gonna run it just right here, and I'm actually gonna cover all the top surface. I don't mind just a little bit, and I'm gonna come in just a little bit on the edge. Okay, so here's a wax. Okay, now our wax, I put a little food coloring in there so you get to see what it look like. So right now, can you see right here? I not only glaze the top, I also go in just maybe a slightly, maybe less than a 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch down, because anticipations of this lid, the flange, the complex flange, I don't want them to stick on the surface. So I want to make sure I put it, I have a little glaze a little off right here, so I don't want any glaze on top of 1/18 of an inch area right there. Can you see? Okay, so it's a little high. All right, so now I'm gonna let them dry. So when I let them dry, I'm gonna start stirring the glaze. Okay. Now the things about this glaze right here. Okay, this is called a Coleman Clear. Okay, Coleman Clear is probably from the Coleman families Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I forgot his name. Okay, Tom Coleman. Yeah. So that's probably from the recipe right there. I didn't have it. They just come from the Ventura College. So we are very lucky to have this glaze right here, and they're quite pretty. Okay, they look like this. And I'm gonna coat it. I don't want to coat it too thick. I don't want to, because remember we have a different thickness application. 1 coat, 2 coats are slightly different. I really want the imprint, like a lidded jar right here, to show. So I'm gonna glaze really quickly. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, and remember, what is this called? Coleman clear, right? So supposedly look clear, yes? Okay, watch. I'm gonna go down, gonna come out. Okay. Notice, is this clear? No, I cover everything. And then my student was started freaking out. I can't see anything. What should I do? I thought you say it's a Coleman clear. Yes, it is a Coleman clear. You have to fire your pieces and they will become clear, okay? So do not wipe them off. Just read the bucket, make sure the bucket says it's Coleman clear, then you dip it, you will be just fine, okay? Do you see your pattern right now? No, but do I put on the right glaze? Yes. So this is a Coleman clear. I'm gonna put it on the side. Again, I'm gonna do one like that right here. Can you see all the colors? I even have one on the bottom. Can you see it? Now I'm gonna put it down. Are you gonna freak out? There's no color. I'm gonna put it right here. So I'm gonna cover everything. I'm gonna hold it upside down, let them dry a little bit. So you can see all my print is gone. As long as you put right glaze, it will be fine. Trust the kiln. Let the kiln do its work, okay? Now, of course, right here, I have a lot of glaze underneath it, so I'm gonna go ahead, either do the trick that I show you, put in a little water. So what I do right here, what I can do, I don't know, you can see it right here. Yes, you can. Yeah. Yes, you can. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna put a little puddle of water right here. Can you see? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna put a little puddle of water right here. Yes. I'm gonna soak it up right there. Look at that. I'm gonna let the water penetrate through all the dry clay again. Yeah? And I'm gonna wipe it off like that. Look at that. Yes? You don't need to wax. You don't wax the bottom. Okay. Now, but what kind of problem that I have right here that I want to show you really quickly is, if you see on top, can you see all these glaze beads right in here? Because on top of wax, okay? To get rid of that, you actually have to wipe it. Because every little bead gonna create as a glaze. It's gonna seal them together. So make sure all the beads are wiped off. No glaze on top, yes? Or right here, okay? So same thing as this right here. Make sure there's no glaze in the crevices, okay? If you do, they will seal together, okay? So take your time to do that. Another way to do it next time, I didn't do it, I forgot to do it, is that after your wax dry, you can actually run your hand on top of a wax, kind of burnishing a little bit. Actually, it will resist even more, okay? Even more. So I'm going to do that right here. Voila. I missed a little spot right here. Can you see? I just take it and dab it like that. That will be fine. Okay? Here's again, because that's my finger mark. Here you go. Sometimes I like to leave my finger mark there. Okay, so I'm going to wipe it off. If you have a smaller sponge, it will be good. So all things are clear now. Glaze. I'm going to put them together. Voila. Done glazing. Bottom is clean. The top, no glaze right here. I'm going to fire like this together, and it's going to be beautiful. Okay? So when they come out, they're going to be nicer. I'm going to show you next time. Okay, go glaze some more.